Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be making a bikini top that I keep seeing everywhere, and I'll put the ad somewhere on here, that can be worn like 9 or 10 different ways, and I really wanted to make it, so that's what I did, and it took me a while. It took me a few trial and errors, so I thought that I'd make a video just in case anybody else wanted to make it, because the bikini top that I saw advertised was literally like $90. Anyways, so this top can be worn like so many different ways, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it today, and I'm going to show you all the different ways it's going to be worn, so stay tuned. Started off by moving my cat out of the way, and I'm just using wrapping paper for this pattern piece. And I'll put all the measurements on the screen, but I did a 9 by 9 inch triangle and then rounded out the bottom. And after that, I wanted the strap piece to be about 2 inches wide to allow for seam allowance. And then the whole thing in total is 24 inches long, and then minus the triangle piece, so the strap itself is about 13 inches. Measured that, and I drew the lines all the way up, and this whole pattern allowed for seam allowance. By the way, I'm about a small in any bikini, so if you're small, I think that this is a good pattern, and I feel like this could even fit up to a medium. It all depends on you, and you could add an inch for every size that goes up, I'd say. So here I am just cutting the pattern out. And this wrapping paper was great. Like, if you don't have pattern paper or anything, I highly recommend this because of the 1 inch by 1 inch squares on the wrapping paper. Pattern all done, and I'm just measuring to see if I like the size of it. And it was a little big, but I wanted that for seam allowance because I don't sew the closest or the neatest, so I figured I'd add like a lot more just to give myself some wiggle room. So I actually quadrupled my fabric, and there's 4 layers underneath this, and I'm pinning the pattern piece to that. That way I could double line both of the pieces of the bikini top, and I figured it'd just be way easier to cut them all at the same time. That way they're all exactly the same. So I just pinned that on there and then cut around it. So after that was all cut out, I just took off some excess little bits and made it the shape I wanted. And then you're going to pin them right sides together. So this fabric didn't really have a right side necessarily, like one side was a little shinier. But so I pinned them right sides together and pin that all around. And with this fabric, which is like a 82% nylon and then 18% spandex, it's really slippery, and I've actually found it really hard to pin. But I eventually got it and just made sure that everything was really in place because it is so stretchy. Quick, just a shout out to this video made by the yarn people, because this spool of thread was like way too big to put up here, and their video helped me because it works super well if your spool is too big, that you can just put a safety pin up here and put the thread through there, and it works super well. So this was my first attempt. I tried doing a zigzag stitch all along, but as you can see, it like really pulled the fabric too much. I did a straight stitch first. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a straight stitch under there, and then I went over the whole thing with a zigzag stitch just to make sure it was like really extra secure. So you're going to want to leave about 1/4 or 1/2 inch of space at the bottom to allow the strap to go through. And then after I sewed everything and turned it inside out, this is what it looked like. Now I'm going to put a stitch just about 1/4 of an inch up, just so the string will pass through. So here's the strap. I made the strap 40 inches long by 1 inch wide, and then I folded it over and pinned it that way, and then just sewed it down. And then to turn it inside out, I highly recommend using a safety pin and then pushing it all the way through. That's what I did, and it worked the best. So I just used a safety pin, attached it to the end of the string, and pushed it all the way through that little gap that I left at the bottom. And it's important to put the stitch there too, just so it holds the strap there and the strap doesn't move around much. So just like that, the top was done, and I'm just going to show you guys all the different ways to wear it. overall, I really love this top. It was pretty simple to make, and I think it's a really simple design, but you can wear it so many different ways, and it's so versatile. I also made a pair of bottoms just by copying a pair of bottoms that I already really liked, and this is how they came out. I double lined into the front and left a little pocket for the string to go through, and yeah, it turned out really good. And this is it drying. I took it for a swim and it worked super well. And here's the whole fit. I actually really love this and I cannot wait to wear it. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to have more links in my bio for Black Lives Matter. See you next week with a new video. Bye!